Hi again. What I'd like to do now is talk a little bit about the concept of roll downs. Roll downs are a very powerful feature that allow budget tools to be budget tools. Here, let me show you. This is Month Builder. It is where you're able to modify your forecasts and budgets day by day, segment by segment. And it is a good example of what I call bottom-up forecasting. You modify the lowest common denominator segment by day, and those segments by day modifications add up to get new numbers, totals for the day, total for the month by major segment, total for the month overall. So if I make this change from 80 to 90, my total switches from 463 to 473. Oops. I'm going to undo that change, put it back to 80. Now let's say that I'm looking at the first day of the month and I think that the demand is going to be much greater than it is. Instead of 463 rooms, I think I can get 600 rooms. I'm going to demonstrate one of our stretching tools. Stretching tools are what enable us to initiate the roll downs. But first what I'm going to do is copy this and just kind of paste it right there in the next day, just so we can have kind of a reference for what the changes are we're going to be making. So both days are at 463. Now if I wanted to get up to 600, I could go in and just start modifying each one of these segments one at a time, trying to get the number to be roughly 600. With the stretching tools, I take a different approach. So I'm going to click on TR Day Totals. I think I should be at 600 rooms. I'm going to type that number in there. And now I'm going to return to TR Day by Day, and yeah, that is what I want to do. Lo and behold, there's the 600 rooms. As you can see, we didn't flatline the changes. Our biggest day was our biggest segment on that day was promo, and it got the biggest increase of, it looks like, what, 34 rooms? Yeah. Our second biggest one, Corp 3, got an increase of 30 rooms. The next biggest one, I guess, was TMC. That got the increase of, what, 24. Look at commercial, it didn't get any at all because it didn't have much demand to begin with. So again, it's a proportional change to things. We're not flatlining it across the day. Look down here, we've got 17 vacant rooms for that particular day. Now let's assume that I think the demand for the whole month is much greater than it is. We've got 18,306 is our total for the month. I want to change that to 19,000. So I click on month totals. I'm going to type in the 19,000. Return to TR Day by Day. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Lo and behold, there's the 19,000 there. All of these rooms got modified slightly to stretch the total value up to 19,000. But if we look here on the vacant day, we went right up to 100% and didn't go past it. The stretching tools do not oversell when they're doing their stretching thing. And that is one of the things that makes them particularly powerful. So when we're using the stretching tools, we are counting on the underlying occupancy patterns to be correct. And that is why we build the occupancy patterns from last year's actuals. We're assuming that the occupancy patterns don't really change a whole lot from year to year. We're not talking about demand. We know demand changes a lot from year to year, or at least can change a lot from year to year. But the occupancy patterns, when your peak season is, when your off season is, when your shoulder seasons are, or your demand patterns through the week. Maybe midweek is big for your corporate clients, weekends big for your leisure, FIT and wholesale maybe occupy the shoulder periods. But the point is the occupancy patterns don't change that much. There are times when it may. Mardi Gras is a good example. The high demand days in Mardi Gras get shifted around from year to year. But the point is the underlying occupancy patterns don't change all that much. Budget Tools gives you lots of approaches and ways to modify demand on a yearly or monthly segment, daily basis using those underlying patterns. It's a very powerful tool that really increases the forecast accuracy. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye for now.